All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today on this Friday, February the 26th, 2021? Thank you for joining me for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you the best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on the only metal channel you'll ever need. If you missed anything in the past week, click the eye in the upper right corner of the screen. Get caught up on all of my latest videos. I'd really appreciate it. If you'd like me to review anything, make suggestions in the comments section down below. No slam, metalcore, deathcore, or modern tech death. Fucking bullshit, please and thank you. Please remember to subscribe and turn on that bell so you don't miss anything. This is the hardest working metal channel on YouTube, and nobody's going to give it to you the way I do, unbridled, passionate, raw, uncensored, and unfiltered. Welcome to Metal Album Warfare Fridays, and tonight we have a death metal versus black metal battle once again here on the channel, and tonight's battle is between Cattle Decapitation, The Anthropocene Extinction versus Marduk-Plague Angel. Now, The Anthropocene Extinction was released in 2015 on Metal Blade Records, and Plague Angel was released in 2004 on Blooddawn Productions. Now, if you need a background history on either of these bands and or both, I have done reviews on both bands, so just go check out the Metal Reviews playlist, and everything you need to learn about these bands is on there. Alright, so let's just get into the video, shall we? First up, we have Cattle Decapitation's Manufactured Extinct versus Marduk's The Hangman of Prague. And if you know anything about Marduk, you know they're one of the fastest black metal bands in the fucking world. Cattle Decapitation is progressive death metal with death grind influence. There's a lot of death grind in there, so they're very fast and brutal as well. And both of these songs convey a rage and emotional noise that begs to be heard. Though Cattle Decapitation is death metal, Marduk is black metal, they're both very atmospheric tracks, very emotional, instrumentally complex, and amazingly crafted music from both of these tracks, from both bands. And yeah, I got to give a point to each, so we have a 1-1 tie. Next up, Cattle Decapitation, The Prophets of Loss, featuring Philip Anselmo on backing vocals, versus Marduk's Throne of Rats. And again, both songs visceral, violent, aggressive, atmospheric, fast, brutal, dark, heavy, emotional. Some of the best fucking music on the black and death metal spectrum from both of these acts. And Marduk is legendary, Cattle Decapitation is legendary, though Cattle came out a few years later, 6 years after Marduk. I compared these two albums because I feel like they have similar atmosphere, though they're different styles of metal. Both of them have some amazing instrumentation and complex melodies, as well as some complex emotional context and lyricism. And I think The Prophets of Loss and Throne of Rats are equal songs in both in an instrumental sense, and in a lyrical sense, an emotional sense. So they're both getting a point. Next up, we have Cattle Decapitation's Plagueborne versus Marduk's Seven Angels, Seven Trumpets. And you know something? Amazing stuff from both of these acts. I mean, you cannot go wrong with either of these albums. There's a reason these albums are in my collection. There's a reason I'm doing this album Warfare. Both these songs, so goddamn complex, and the arrangements and songwriting and instrumentation and lyricism and passion on both of these is equal once again, so we got to give a point to each. Next up, Cattle Decapitation, Clandestine Ways versus Marduk's Life's Emblem. And you know what? Amazing tracks on both sides of the coin here. Cattle Decapitation, of course, plays death metal, Marduk black metal, but these songs equally brutal, visceral, violent, aggressive, atmospheric, dominant, lyrical, and emotional, so I got to give a point to each. Next up, Cattle Decapitation, Circo Inhumanitias versus Marduk's Steel Inferno. And again, amazing fucking songs from both bands. There isn't one song on either of these albums that I don't like, and these tracks are so goddamn atmospheric and powerful and violent and emotionally compelling that you're going to want to listen to them over and over. In fact, you'll want to listen to both albums over and over, so I got to give a point to each. Next up, Cattle Decapitation's Mammals in Babylon versus Marduk's Perish in Flames. And you know what? Perish in Flames is so fucking atmospheric and dark and foreboding, but so is Mammals in Babylon. I almost gave the point to Marduk, gave the advantage to Marduk here, but then I remembered how amazing Mammals in Babylon is, and we got another tie. Next up, Cattle Decapitation's Mutual Assured Destruction, going up against Marduk's Holy Blood, Holy Grail, and again, equal songs of brutality, violence, emotional complexity, lyricism, and overall atmosphere on both these songs. There are such amazing tracks. I love both these albums equally, and these songs are fucking incredible. If you haven't heard either of these bands, you'll be able to... They're playing in the background right now. We got some Cattle and some Marduk. Yeah, amazing stuff. 1 point each. Next up, Cattle Decapitation, Not Suitable for Life versus Marduk's Warshaw. And Not Suitable for Life has such a emotional complexity to it and a very deep sense of atmosphere, but so does Warshaw. Although Warshaw is a bit faster of a track, it's equally atmospheric and emotionally in-depth, so I got to give a point to each because the instrumentation and emotional complexity of these songs and lyricism is off the fucking charts. Next up, Cattle Decapitation, Apex Blasphemy versus Marduk's Death March. And again, you cannot go wrong with either of these albums. These songs are so fucking amazing that I like listening to these albums one after another because I feel, even though they're different styles, if you look at the overall atmosphere and the songwriting, very similar in terms of what they were going for. Both these songs absolutely fucking awesome. Got to give a point to each. Next, Cattle Decapitation, Av Exitium versus Marduk's Everything Bleeds. Equal tracks, equally brutal, equally fast, dark, aggressive, emotional, atmospheric, fucking instrumentally complex, and instrumentally done so well with so much talent from both these acts. These songs both get a point. Finally, we have Cattle Decapitation's Pacific Grim versus Marduk's Blutrash. And again, I cannot pick a winner out of these two songs. These albums, amazing. Both these songs, so fucking incredible. They will hold your attention all the way throughout. These albums will hold your attention throughout their entire duration. They're amazing. Both songs getting a point. Alright, so let's add up the scores. The Anthropocene Extinction comes in with 11 points. Plague Angel coming in with 11 points. We have another fucking tie. I knew that we would because of how fucking awesome these albums are to me, how personal they are to me. Plague Angel was one of the first albums I heard from Marduk, and the Anthropocene Extinction is, of course, my favorite album from Cattle Decapitation. Plague Angel might be among my favorite Marduk albums. It's absolutely awesome. It's also the first album where Mortus did vocals, and Anthropocene Extinction has Philip Anselmo on backing vocals on the Prophets of Loss. So how the fuck can you go wrong with either album? Amazing fucking stuff. As always, I sincerely hope you enjoyed tonight's premiere. So we have another Metal Album Warfare in the books here on Music of Destruction. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, select the bell, turn on all for all notifications, Twitter and Instagram at Music of Destruction, the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Music of Destruction, twitch.tv/Music of Destruction for gaming streams, Teespring store now open, teespring.com/music-of-destruction. All my merch is available there. I'll be making some new stuff this weekend. If you want to support the channel through Patreon and get access to exclusive podcasts, patreon.com/Music of Destruction. $5 tier gets you access to that. Our brand new YouTube channel, Reviews on the Run, coming along nicely. We just got our Sony 1080p handycams. Now we just got to get tripods and lighting and everything else. We're really excited for this. Let's check out a new clip for Reviews on the Run, movie and game reviews of what Colton just made.
Here I am, Wheezy. Hey, you're gonna like it down here. Come on, I want to be a part of one of my attendant, you dumb-dotted bitch.
I'm sorry, Ricardo.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
And we are back. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, share the video. Have an awesome night. We will see you for Metal Album Review Tuesdays. Have an awesome night. Cheers, everybody.